Question 1. Some students in a chemistry lab conducted an investigation in which they added 4 different solid substances to separate beakers of water. They stirred the mixtures for 1 minute and then recorded their observations in the table below. Substance 1. The substance dissolved. Substance 2. The substance caused bubbles to form. Substance 3. The substance sank to the bottom. Substance 4. The substance floated on top. Which substance most likely caused a new substance to be formed when mixed with water? A. Substance 1, B. Substance 2, C. Substance 3, or D. Substance 4. Question 2. A student observes some sugar as it is heated and burns. The student concludes that a chemical reaction has occurred. Which of the following observations about the burning of sugar provides evidence of a chemical reaction? A. Heat is added to the sugar crystals. B. The sugar melts and becomes a liquid. C. The temperature of the sugar increases. Or D. Gas is produced as the sugar turns black. Question 3. A scientist performed 4 investigations using 8 different liquids. In each investigation, the scientist combined 2 of the liquids under a fume hood and recorded observations in the table below. Investigation 1. The temperature of the combined liquids increased and a solid substance formed. Investigation 2. The temperature of the combined liquids decreased and bubbles formed. Investigation 3. One liquid settled at the bottom of the beaker and the other liquid rose to the top. Investigation 4. The combined liquids turned from clear to a bright purple color. In which investigation is it least likely that the liquids reacted chemically? A. 1, B. 2, C. 3, or D. 4. Question 4. A student conducted an investigation in which they added 4 different purple solutions to separate beakers containing hydrochloric acid. They stirred the mixtures for 1 minute and then recorded observations in the table below. Liquid 1. The liquids mixed. Liquid 2. The liquid caused bubbles to form. Liquid 3. The liquid sank to the bottom. Or liquid 4, the liquid floated to the top. Which liquid most likely caused a new substance to be formed when mixed with hydrochloric acid? A. Liquid 1, B. Liquid 2, C. Liquid 3, or D. Liquid 4. Question 5. When colorless hydrochloric acid is added to a red solution of cobalt nitrate, the solution turns blue. Based on the information, which of the following is true? A. A chemical reaction did occur because the color change was unexpected. B. A chemical reaction did not occur because the color change was expected. C. A chemical reaction did occur because a precipitate was formed. D. A chemical reaction did not occur because the density of the hydrochloric acid is different than cobalt nitrate. Question 6. A scientist spilled a few drops of diluted hydrochloric acid, HCl, on a lab table. For safety purposes, the scientist sprinkled some baking soda, NaHCO3, into the spill. Which observation would provide the best evidence that a chemical reaction occurred? A. The baking soda and hydrochloric acid combined and formed bubbles. B. The baking soda absorbed the hydrochloric acid. C. Some of the baking soda dissolved in the hydrochloric acid. Or D. The hydrochloric acid evaporated, leaving only the baking soda. A teacher asked a student to write the chemical equation for photosynthesis. The student's response is shown below. CO2 plus H2O yields C6H12O6 plus O2. The equation is not balanced correctly. Which of these is a balanced equation for photosynthesis? A. 12CO2 plus H2O yields C6H12O6 plus O2. B. O2 plus 9H2O yields C6H12O6 plus O2. C. CO2 plus H2O yields 3C6H12O6 plus O2. D. 6CO2 plus 6H2O yields C6H12O6 plus 6O2. Question 8. During an investigation, a student combined the 2 clear, colorless solutions shown below. Solution 1. Compound A dissolved in water at 25 degrees Celsius. Solution 2. Compound B dissolved in water at 25 degrees Celsius. The student observed that the temperature changed from 25 degrees Celsius to 23 degrees Celsius when the solutions were combined, and that a white substance rapidly formed and settled to the bottom of the container. What most likely happened to produce these results? A. One of the original compounds came out of the solution. B. The solutions reacted chemically. C. Some of the water froze into ice crystals. D. Rapid evaporation of water occurred, leaving a solid. Question 9. Which is true about a chemical reaction? A. A substance always changes in color, shape, and/or size. B. A new substance with different chemical properties is formed. C. A substance only undergoes a physical change. D. A substance always changes temperature. Question 10. Which of the following is not an example of a chemical change? A. A loaf of bread is sliced with a knife. B. A loaf of bread is baked in an oven. C. A loaf of bread molds in the pantry. D. A loaf of bread is digested in the stomach. Question 11. In the picture below, two liquids are combined and a yellow solid is formed. Which of these is the best evidence that a chemical reaction occurs when the liquids are mixed? A. Two substances are combined. B. A new substance with different properties is formed. C. The density of one liquid is different from the other. D. The volume of the beaker changes. Question 12. A student obtains 2 strips of magnesium, Mg, ribbon that are each 3 centimeters long. One strip of magnesium is placed in a test tube containing 5 milliliters of water, and the other strip is placed in a test tube containing 5 milliliters of hydrochloric acid, HCl. Both liquids are at room temperature. The student's observations are recorded in the table. Test tube 1, magnesium and water. No observable activity takes place. The temperature of the water remains constant. A lit match placed near the mouth of the test tube continues to burn. The appearance of the metal does not change. Test tube 2, magnesium and hydrochloric acid. Bubbling occurs on the surface of the magnesium. The temperature of the liquid increases. A lit match placed near the mouth of the test tube makes a popping sound and goes out. The metal strip gradually becomes smaller until nothing is left except for a clear liquid. Which statement is not supported by the student's observations? A. A chemical reaction takes place between magnesium and hydrochloric acid. B. A gas is released in test tube 2. C. The substances in both test tubes are reactive only at high temperatures. D. Energy is released in the reaction involving hydrochloric acid. Question 13. 1 gram of a white solid is placed into a beaker of a green-colored liquid. The color of the liquid does not change, but a gas begins to bubble up and spill over the rim of the beaker. Based on the information above, which of the following is true? A. A chemical change occurred due to the formation of gas. B. No chemical change occurred since the color of the liquid did not change. C. A chemical change occurred due to the combination of a solid and liquid. D. No chemical change occurred since an odor was not produced. Question 14. The picture below shows a beaker containing a clear liquid with a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. A blue powder is added to the liquid. Which of the following pictures provides the best evidence that only a physical change has occurred? Question 15. Using the procedure shown below, what is the best evidence to indicate that a chemical reaction has occurred? A. Temperature change. B. Odor change. C. Formation of gas. Or D. A new substance was produced. Question 16. Which of the following observation gives evidence that a chemical reaction has occurred? A. A solid piece of calcium carbonate, better known as limestone, is crushed into a fine powder. B. Hydrogen peroxide is poured out of its bottle into a cut in the skin, forming bubbles of hydrogen. C. Solid aluminum is rolled out as a thin, flat sheet cut and formed into a shape of an aluminum can. D. A toy boat floats higher in salt water than in plain water.